Welcome back. Let's shift the focus now on the commodity space. Manisha Gupta is joining in, and today she is looking at silver. Is it shining bright, Manisha?
Well, not really. It hasn't started that way this year, but the markets are looking at very strong fundamentals going forward, because this is going to be yet another year, and a fourth one, by the way, when we are looking at deficit in case of silver as a commodity. But at this point in time, because there is a kind of sell-off that we've seen in metals, and silver also is 60% industrial metal, so we have seen some decline come in for this one. It's trading at a 3-week close right now. Markets are watching out at US Fed rate cut possibility, which has come down from a 90% of a probability to 70% right now. All eyes clearly on the US non-farm payroll data, and that would be the first indication in this year that will tell you on whether or not and how much of rate cut can be anticipated. Also, there are similar statements from European Central Bank and Bank of England, which also are calling rate cuts as early, and the expectation is that you perhaps would see that happen from these couple of central banks only by the second quarter of this year.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching InvestMinder. If you enjoy learning about the latest investing insights, remember to subscribe and click the notification bell to stay up to date whenever we release a new video. Before we get into today's content, a quick disclaimer that we are not professional financial advisors. The information provided in this video is for general education and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research before making any investment decisions. Now, on to why silver could experience a meteoric price rise over the next year and vastly outperform gold. Global demand for silver is expected to surge to its second highest level ever recorded in 2024. Driven largely by soaring industrial usage, over 1.2 billion ounces of silver are forecast to be purchased this year worldwide. With industrial applications ranging from solar panels to electronics to automobiles and more, manufacturers are hungry for silver. Improving economic conditions and positive business sentiment are incentivizing companies to ramp up production plans and output capabilities. This spells very good news for silver prices ahead. In addition to industrial demand, purchases of silver jewelry and silverware are also projected to climb substantially in 2024. Inspired by prospects of strengthening income growth and resilient consumer spending, people appear ready to open up their wallets for pricier silver products. As both industrial and retail silver demand heat up concurrently, analysts widely expect silver prices to rocket to fresh 10-year highs above $30 per ounce this year. But some experts believe the rally could be much more spectacular from there. Gold often steals the spotlight, but silver could end up as an even shinier precious metal bet for investors. That's because when economic conditions are favorable, silver has a history of delivering exceptional returns and vastly outperforming gold in percentage terms. Silver carries considerably more risk than gold, making it a more volatile holding. But with greater risk comes greater reward potential when positive macroeconomic forces align. And the stage could be set for precisely such a backdrop in the coming year. As global growth rebounds and manufacturing picks up steam, demand for silver in industrial applications will strengthen. Any easing of monetary policies by central banks to nurse economies through periods of weakness will likely boost sentiment as well. These dynamics tend to supercharge silver's performance relative to gold. During the last major bull cycle for precious metals spanning 2009 to 2011 on the heels of the Great Financial Crisis recovery, silver prices nearly quadrupled at their peak. Over the same period, gold prices only roughly doubled. Silver has a history of mega price moves in either direction around major economic shifts. But with a widening global output gap that still needs filling after the pandemic disruption, conditions for substantial economic expansion and low interest rates look ripe. Some prominent voices in the precious metals community expect silver to vastly outrun gold once again this cycle. Wheaton Precious Metals CEO Randy Smallwood said $50 silver is possible after gold eclipses $2,200 per ounce. That would represent nearly a 120% climb in silver from current levels. And Silver Institute Executive Director Michael DiRienzo even boldly predicted silver could reach $30 this year, something it hasn't done in over a decade. Buckle up for tremendous volatility, but the returns from properly timing silver's mega moves could be life-altering. Of course, silver's penchant for extreme price swings cuts both ways. It can fall just as hard and fast as it rises depending on shifting economic winds. And in the near term, some challenging headwinds still loom that could partially blow silver off its upward trajectory. Namely, signs of slowing growth in China and ebbing momentum for the US economy have raised recession concerns. This could dampen industrial activity in the first half of 2024 and soften silver demand as a result. Additionally, the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate hiking cycle and hawkish monetary tightening could continue inhibiting precious metals' performance for a while longer. Higher yields on risk-free assets like treasuries diminishes the relative attractiveness of non-yield generating hard assets. However, the Fed's campaign against rampant inflation seems to be making progress, and market expectations point to rate cuts commencing in the back half of 2024 to cushion any economic weakness. This policy pivot would likely ignite the next leg higher for silver. The timing and magnitude of the Fed's moves could heavily sway silver's path. The metal faces some conflicting forces tugging each way in the interim term. But longer-term macro tailwinds still seem strongly tilted to push silver and gold to fresh cycle highs. Once the Fed rescue effect spurs reacceleration for potentially sluggish mid-2024 growth, silver should be off to the races again. And when considered relative to gold, silver looks poised to recapture some of its historic discount as well, if economic optimism returns. The gold-to-silver ratio recently eclipsed 90. In other words, it takes around 90 ounces of silver to purchase a single ounce of gold right now, perfectly illustrating silver's undervaluation. If reinvigorated industrial demand indeed materializes as projected, don't be surprised to see the gold-silver ratio return closer to its longer-term median near 60 later this year. That would signify major silver price appreciation relative to gold's gains. Amid an exceptional confluence of factors propelling silver demand to record highs, silver looks poised to potentially deliver outsized returns for investors willing to stomach its famous volatility. But the ride higher promises to be extremely choppy along the way. Patience and refusing to panic on corrections will be critical to actually realizing the enormity of silver's upside potential. Having the discipline and emotional fortitude to hold through gut-wrenching intraday swings goes with the territory of buying the dips and selling the rips. Yet for those able to execute, the eventual reward from timing silver's massive cyclical upswings can be truly life-changing financially. And we may just be in the early innings of such a lucrative multi-year precious metals bull market. Gold paved the way higher the past couple years. But as economic green shoots blossom, silver's time to claim the spotlight appears at hand given its industrial wiring. The dearth of miners able to meaningfully expand silver production spells a spectacular setup for prices with demand now ascending. The pieces seem to be perfectly falling into place for silver to deliver windfall returns exceeding gold in percentage terms over the next few years. It harkens memories of 2009 to 2011 when silver's parabolic ascent dazzled the world. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video today about silver's exceptional investment prospects. We hope you found it valuable. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to receive updates whenever we release new investing content. Your support helps our channel immensely. Let us know your biggest takeaways on silver's outlook in the comments section below. Wishing you many happy returns ahead.